Down to 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. You can watch us online at YouTube. Go to YouTube and search WLCN 96.3 FM. Also, listen to us on the go. Download that Mixlr app, and you can listen to us on the go anywhere you're at, or do it the old-fashioned way. Turn that dial on the radio to 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash with you this morning here at Lincoln Community High School inside of Roy S. Henderson Gymnasium, just above Coach Neil Alexander Court. Good morning, Lloyd.
Good morning to you, sir.
Missing the other two buffoons, Jake and Joe, missing in action today. So it should somewhat be a informational and should be a good show.
Should be. I mean, we were just going over the agenda here. I mean, you look well versed on everything that was on that paper.
Yep.
So,
your agenda looks up to par.
I thought you were the agenda boy.
Well, I'm going to improve on that.
All right. Well, I don't know. This looks like a pretty strong show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly as strong as it's got to be top 10.
Oh, absolutely. The freshman girls are out here practicing right now, getting their warm-ups in, some shots, and the varsity supposed to have a game today but canceled?
Varsity, I believe, was supposed to play at Effingham, and I believe that got moved to Monday, and it is a varsity-only game at Effingham. So the team is in here under the watchful eye of assistant coach Donnie Bowman, going through some reps and some shooting drills. We will have Coach Bowman on with us a little bit later in the show today to talk about the Lady Railers, who found out their postseason path to the tournament title, I guess. Found those out yesterday, so we'll talk a little bit about that, as well as a few upcoming remaining regular season games for the Lady Railers.
Yeah, we're already into February, Lloyd, and March Madness just around the corner. A lot of basketball to be played in the next 4 weeks. But, man, I tell you, the season is really flowing. I hope everybody stayed safe in the Snowmageddon.
Going with that?
Yeah, that's what we're going to call it, or Snowvid, or whatever you want to call it. Snowvid.
All right.
I know FedEx shut down for a couple of days, so it must have been pretty bad. And now next week it's just going to be brutal.
Do everything you would normally do, plus make up for
the previous 3 days, because yesterday was kind of a wash too. So
they've got good management out there.
That's
so
right.
I'm sure they'll
the best
find a way to persevere through that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's any way to. We don't have enough drivers for that. But the varsity boys into action today. 2:30 tip. JV kicks off at 1 p.m. And they'll be taking on
the Trojans of Charleston.
Yep, Charleston making the trip down there. Kind of like this afternoon games, Lloyd. You get your game in, and by 5 o'clock, it's all over. You can enjoy your evening.
Yeah, that's right. I had a Friday evening at home yesterday for the first time, I think, since New Year's Eve. It was my first Friday home when I wasn't doing basketball. So now I'll get a Saturday evening at home. The one thing we did notice, we had a girls' game in the afternoon last month, and long about mid-game, the shadows or the sunlight that was coming in the windows made some kind of funky areas on the court that kind of like in Major League Baseball where the pitcher's in the sun and the hitter's in the shadow, or vice versa.
Yeah.
There was some interesting daylight happenings going on, but Railer Nation, I saw a post, it's mismatch day for the student section, so they should be out in force, and hopefully we'll get that Lincoln High School, that electricity in the air and the atmosphere that the players thrive on.
Yeah, and if anybody's concerned about getting here, the maintenance crew here at the high school did a fantastic job of clearing the parking lot and the sidewalks, and did the best they could. With all the snow, sometimes there's just nowhere for it to go, but they did a good job of clearing it out. So yeah, get on out here today to support your boys. Those afternoon games are kind of tough. They're just they're different. You're
Right.
used to playing at night, and you got your routine that you go through during the day as far as your warm-ups, your walkthrough, your pregame meal, and just things like that. Well, now things are a little out of sorts, and we'll see how the Railers react. We've been in this position before. Thanksgiving tournament, I think they played during the day, and obviously down in Collinsville. So this is nothing new, but it's just always a little different feel on those afternoon games.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, the boys, after today's game against Charleston, will be back in action Monday evening. Game rescheduled from February 3rd, where they will be at home against Taylorville. And that will be the traditional 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity start. So a little bit more normalcy, I guess, as of that makeup game Monday night.
Yeah, that's kind of a quick turnaround right there. Luckily, both teams had an open date and, an unusual Monday night game. But, Coach Al going to do his best to get these games in. Obviously, you want to play them, those conference games. They mean a lot right now as the Railers are on top of the conference. And, they look to finish the rest of the season strong and take home that conference championship.
Yeah, absolutely. The Railers did face Charleston back on January 5th, I believe. The score was 44-27 in Charleston. So, but Charleston, a good basketball
So, yeah,
team.
they're right up there, aren't they?
Yeah, the score doesn't really indicate how close the game was.
Right.
And, they'll be coming in here with nothing to lose and everything to gain, looking to play spoiler against the Railers, knock them out of their undefeated conference record. So both teams have something to play for.
Absolutely. Waiting on Coach Alexander to make his presence. Not sure that he'll make it up here today. He's got some things going on, but hopefully we can talk with him. But as Lloyd mentioned earlier, freshman coach
Donnie Bowman
is going to be on about 9:30 or so. They have practice till 9:30, and he said he'd come up and chat with us a little bit about how the season's going. I know the Lady Raiders had a little rough patch there maybe a couple weeks ago where they lost 2 or 3 games in a row against good opponents, you know. So, it's not going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be, but hopefully the Lady Railers are, back focused, and they're going to finish their regular season and move on.
Playing against some state-ranked opponents in their class, as well as playing against some larger class opponents. So kind of, as you mentioned, kind of a rough patch in terms of wins and losses. Chloe Froby has had a leg injury that she's been battling through and rehabbing through, and hopefully everything will peak at the right time and the team will get back on its winning ways here just in time for the postseason.
Yeah, postseason, man, that's just right around the corner.
It is. Lady Railers open Valentine's Day. They will play in Champaign. We'll talk about this a little bit with Donnie, I believe. Actually, I've got it on a slide here. They actually play February 14th at 6 p.m., and they will face the winner of the Urbana-Danville game. Urbana's seeded 8th, Danville seeded 7th, Lincoln seeded 2nd behind Mahomet Seymour. So we will, certainly wish them well, and hopefully the Lady Railers get a big win, and the headline in the news stories will write itself. Valentine's Day Massacre as Lincoln, slaughters Urbana or Danville, whichever team it is. And but we shall see.
Now, do the ladies, the state tournament, is this still at Redbird Arena, or did they move that to Champaign as well?
No, it's at Redbird
still
Arena
Redbird.
in Normal. The semifinals and the third place game take place March 4th, and then the championship is Saturday, March 5th. And again, both of those are in Normal at Redbird Arena. So, but again, lots of regionals, sectionals, super sectional, lots of games to get there. But hopefully the Lady Railers will find their stride and peak at the right time, and we will see them in the postseason on the court at Normal. And now joining us.
Yeah, Coach Alexander on with us right now. We got to get him some volume here. I don't think he can hear us. Now he can. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
A night off last night. Kind of unusual for Lincoln Railer basketball, but get the kids rested up as we are winding down the regular season. But the Railers back in action today at home. A 3 o'clock tip. Kind of an unusual scenario for the Railers, but it's going to be a little different atmosphere today. But the driving parking lot's all clear, the sidewalks, so hopefully you get a decent crowd today for the Railers as they take on the Trojans of Charleston.
Yeah, we're trying something different. In the Apollo is playing their Saturday afternoon games at 1 and 2:30. So it's kind of interesting. Colleges play in the afternoon. Well, they play in the morning.
Yeah, it's true.
And they're just trying to see how it works out. So girls have always played at 1 and 2:30 in the afternoon. So to keep things consistent, they said, why don't we just go ahead and play the boys? And if we have a home conference game here and the girls are playing in the afternoon, it opens up the gym in the evening for another slot to play. So that's worked out pretty good. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully people enjoy getting out Saturday afternoon, watching a basketball game, and then have Saturday night to go out and eat, have an evening, maybe the movies, and
You got a night planned, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know what time I'll be back in town, but I'll go with you. How are the boys feeling? I mean, it's February, the season's winding down. How are we physically, mentally right now? As it's been a tough season. These boys, they battle every game. Nothing's given to them. How are they right now?
Well, I think we're doing okay. We're we've had a couple concussions and things, and we're fighting through that. And I think there's a couple of them's going to be getting back here in the next couple days. So we'll see how that goes. But it is a long season. This is going to be a big stretch here because we play today, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So we got a lot of basketball here in the next 8 days.
Now we played Charleston a while back. The final score didn't indicate, how close that game really was. The Railers able to pull away towards the end. You probably expect the same today.
Well, it'll be a tough game. They're second in the conference, and we could put a pretty good gap between us and the second place team with a win today. So hopefully our guys realize that, and if we could win today, we'd have a 3-game lead with 4 games to play. So it's really a big basketball game.
Well, Coach, kind of keep this brief and short today. I know you have other plans, but good luck today. A lot of basketball today, Coach. The Illini on at 11, and then we got Railer basketball on this afternoon, and we're going to make the trip down to Principia out in middle of nowhere as the Beavers are in action. Hopefully, I don't know how the roads are, but you've never been to Principia. It's in the middle of nowhere. And
well,
see.
Don't get lost.
Well, I'm worried about getting stuck. The GPS will take me where I need to go. But the last time we were in Principia, it was a long day. We went to the Blackburn Principia game, and after that, we went to Edwardsville. And a game that was supposed to start like at 8 o'clock at night. I think they tipped off at 10:30. It was late. That was a long day, but that seemed like years ago. It was only a couple years.
Wow. Well, you're getting old. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, Coach, thanks for taking some time. Good luck today. Hopefully we can get some fans out here. Weather might have a little something to do with that, but as always, you can catch all the action here on WLCN. But obviously, we'd rather you be out here sporting on your Railers.
Yeah, we like to have you here. It's in person makes it a lot easier a lot better for our kids.
Absolutely.
Get the adrenaline going and help us win a conference championship.
Yeah, so if you're sitting at home and you're a little chilly, you can always come to Roy S. where it's pretty toasty. Yeah, they'll warm you up in a hurry. All right, Coach, thanks for taking some time. Good luck today, and we'll see you. Well, I guess we'll see you Monday.
Okay,
Right back here. All right. Let's take a commercial break, Lloyd. We come back. We're going to have some more here on the Cheap Seats. Got to talk about your boy, Tom Brady, retiring. I see a little tear dripping from the Oh, okay. But, yeah, that was kind of a big fiasco there as well, the retirement. So we'll talk a little bit about that when we come back. So don't go anywhere. Here in the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. No donuts? It's bullshit. Tired of it. Tired of it.
15 seconds. Five, four, three.
Are we on air? We're a little out of sorts today. We're broadcasting this a little different. We have Winnie Ransdell back at the studio. She's not used to getting up on Saturday mornings, but
That's not true. She's there during the show.
oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Winnie. See, I don't know anything.
It's just usually we run all the commercials and everything from where the
From
show
here.
is taking place.
Oh.
And today we're doing it a little bit differently where she's playing the commercials back in the studio. So
All right, my bad. See,
that's
I
all
don't
right.
know anything.
we don't get you your donuts, and you do all sorts of.
you know, we got one of our buddies, one of our co-hosts. He buys the donut shop. I think he's brought donuts once. You know, not that I need them, but you know, I don't need them.
It's the thought that counts.
Just want them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
no Joe means no donuts.
That's true.
Or when Joe's here, still no donuts.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of no donut policy.
Yeah. Oh well, but let's get back to it, Lloyd. We got to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Joe, that's probably why he's not here today.
That
He's
could
still
be.
sulking in his tears. A little bit of depression, sticky, setting in. His man crush, Tom Brady, is no longer in the NFL after 22 years.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long tenure in the NFL, of course, with the Patriots, and then the last few years with Tampa Bay. So, I mean, there's nothing really I can say that people, can't get from a more knowledgeable national columnist or anything.
You
but,
only had him for 2 years.
Right.
You had him for 2 years, so, if you're a New England fan, you could probably appreciate him a little bit
Right.
more. Now, he did bring you a Super Bowl.
He did. That he did.
And,
So,
it's just time for him to go. I'm sure there's a lot of preparation in the off season, for him to get in shape to play football. And he's
Right.
44 years old.
that's right. And speaking of being in shape and 44 years old.
Coach Bowman, good morning, Coach.
50 years old. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't look at
Don't
over
look at-
51.
yeah.
And I'm in A shape. Let's not go too far.
Well, round is a shape.
Yeah. Good morning. Thanks
morning.
for taking some time here with us. You got the girls out here early working on some things. No game today, so get them out here and get them out of bed in the cold and get them going up and down the court.
Yeah, we had a few days off, so they were a little out of shape from just missing 2 or 3 days. So
Yeah,
we
and-
had to do a lot of running, a lot of shooting.
A lot of shooting, a lot of running, and boy, you do a lot of that too, Lloyd?
I do more than I have done in previous years.
Oh,
I've
okay.
taken up pickleball. I play volleyball. I play softball in the summer. So
Tell us a little bit about how your team's doing this year, Coach.
Yeah, they're doing pretty amazing. We are really young. 9 of our 13 varsity players are underclassmen. So we have 6 sophomores and 3 freshmen on the varsity team. So really, really young. They play most of the minutes, actually, at the end
Yeah.
of games and stuff. So the future is really bright. These girls work hard. They're real competitive. They hate losing. It's fun to be around this program.
Now, is this the varsity squad here?
This is it. We're missing Imogen, and Chloe's rehabbing on the cardio. Rebecca is off playing volleyball in some tournament today.
okay.
All right. So, but, get them out here, get them working. Supposed to have a game today in Effingham, is that correct?
Yeah, we'll play Effingham Monday night.
Okay, so
and then Muhammad to end the regular season on Thursday here.
Wow. Boy, this season kind of flew by.
It did.
Kind of
Yeah.
snuck up on you.
Yeah.
The pairings are out right now, which we're going to get to here in a little bit. The girls there, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, had a little bit of a stretch there, I don't want to say losing streak.
Yeah, we lost 4 in a row, so it was, the only losing streak we had all year.
Yeah,
So.
and that's tough. But against good teams, I know that some of them were ranked, and it's that time in the season where the girls are maybe just mentally fatigued, physically fatigued. You had to deal with some injuries. But for them to bounce back and get back in their winning ways, that's
Right.
credit to them and the coaches.
Yeah, they worked real hard. Taylor's done a great job of preparing these girls, and when Chloe, as she's rehabbing, these girls stepped up, and kids are doing stuff they're not used to doing.
Right.
Most of them that have played with Chloe have been, the role of catch and shoot when everybody comes in on Chloe, and now they've had to do stuff they're not used to, and they've just done so well. And their defense is so good, and that's a credit to Taylor and the program. We just harp on that 1-2-2 and the press and the traps, and teams can't handle that pressure. And these girls are still keeping that defense where it was before. Teams are having trouble scoring on us.
So defense, turns into some offense.
Oh, yeah.
That's we see that in the boys too. Where they might be struggling on the offensive end. I don't know. You guys aren't quite as there as the boys, but they struggle offensively sometimes. But what they can do is create some offense with their defense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can tell Taylor's copied what Coach Al does. It looks really good. Teams struggle again. I mean, everybody knows what we're going to do, and they still can't figure it out sometimes.
Now, is this your first year coaching?
This is my 27th season coaching basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah, I coached in college for 15 years at Lincoln Christian.
Okay, all right.
Illini Central for 7 years, and Hartsburg for a couple back in the early 90s.
But first year here with
second year.
Second.
Well, technically second season, because it was still. We started that weird season last year. So my second season with them, I wanted to help out with my daughter Jenna's a sophomore on the team, and I was fortunate to be able to help out.
Well, that's good. I know you've coached some soccer too. I think we had you on with the boys when they were on not too long ago.
Yeah, girls and boys soccer. So this is my second season or fourth season with the boys so far.
Keep them busy.
Yeah, all 3 seasons I'm doing something, but my kids have been on the teams too. Drew was a senior, and then Jenna's plays soccer and basketball, so I get to hang out with at least one of my kids.
That's probably about the only time you get to hang out with them,
Yeah.
High school kids are usually on the go, and
that's the only time I see them. That's right.
So,
Yeah, you mentioned how the team has gone through sort of that rough patch, and they've had some injuries and things, sort of making lemonade out of lemons that actually could benefit your team. I mean, obviously you don't want Chloe Froby to be hurt, because you obviously lose something without her on the court. But as you mentioned, some of the other girls now are having to kind of step up and fill roles that maybe they weren't doing before when she was on the court. So
yeah, it's obviously not a blessing for Chloe to go down, because we need her, and she's amazing. But for some of these girls to pick up and do things they're doing now that I'm not sure they knew they could do. Becca probably didn't know she could average 8 assists a game in her last 4 or 5 games since that Chloe's been down. Jenna's been scoring 11, 13. Reese is getting back on track with 15, and I think she could have had an easy 20. So the girls are starting to find what they can be. And that's just going to make us even better when Chloe comes back, because now these girls have a little more confidence that they can do some stuff.
Absolutely. And you mentioned you play Monday at Effingham. That's just a varsity
only game.
Right, no JV game. And then you're back at home on Thursday against Mahomet Seymour.
Right.
Special ceremony for Chloe Froby, I believe, that night.
I think so.
1,000th point is what I heard.
She passed her sister, and I think she scored her 1,000th point.
Right.
As a sophomore.
In like 39 games.
And quite a few less games, because we only played 18, I think, last year.
Right. So, and as Scott mentioned, the postseason rankings came out, and the brackets and so forth. So, Lady Railers start out on Valentine's Day over in Champaign at Champaign Central against the winner of Urbana and Danville. Were there any surprises or anything in the seedings or the brackets?
A little. I follow that closely. I'm a stat nerd, and I had my bracket written out, how I would have done it days before they did theirs, and the only surprise was Bloomington falling below Central, but it made sense location-wise, and I was kind of excited about that, because we've played Bloomington. They're real tough and physical, and Central kind of compares to Champaign Centennial. They're very similar teams. They played close games, so I'm excited about the draw. This is probably about the best draw we can get going towards sectional. So
in our subsectional B, Mahomet Seymour is number 1, Lincoln number 2, Champaign Central number 3, Normal Community, Normal West number 4. So Mahomet Seymour, we mentioned, that's who your opponent is this coming Thursday night. Right. So I think our team will have maybe a little extra
I think so.
chip on their shoulder.
And that'll get us, for sure, solidify second place in the conference. Following, that weird game at Mahomet where people were sick. I didn't get to go because I had COVID at the time. I was watching online, and that was a stretch of 4 games in 5 days.
Right.
That was a rough one. So and we barely lost. So I'm looking forward to seeing us the way these girls have been playing, it should be a fun game on Thursday night.
Absolutely. And then, as we mentioned, you start out Valentine's Day in the postseason. So
Here we host it, so I'm really hoping we get. Our first game would probably be against Springfield.
right.
That's who we would face, and then championship game would probably be Muhammad again, possibly. So
Yeah, very good.
This could be fun.
Yeah, the subsectional A portion, Springfield is number 1, Rochester 2, Southeast and MacArthur at 3 and 4. So a lot of strong teams within the Lincoln sectional pod, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
So-
fortunate compared to Peoria's sectional pod. That is, they have 4 or 5 top 12 state-ranked teams in
wow.
the same subsectional. So I feel fortunate to be in where we're at compared to Peoria, Notre Dame, Morton, Washington, Metamora. They're all in the same subsectional, and that's
wow.
they're all state caliber teams. So that Peoria played Peoria Notre Dame last night at home and won in a good game. So that'll be fun there too. But
Yeah. So I'm seeing that they're in the LaSalle Peru sectional, but subsectional A, Peoria High School, Peoria Notre Dame number 2, Metamora and Morton top 4 in that subsectional, and then on the B side, Geneseo, Dixon, Galesburg, and Ottawa.
Yeah,
So-
that's it's pretty tough, and,
yeah.
and that would be a super sectional matchup, wouldn't it? Or
Yeah,
that-
we'll face, if we made it to super sectionals in Highland, it'd be Mattoon. I'm
Okay.
guessing Mattoon
Okay, yeah.
has one. I mean, I'm not going to say easier, but it's a little softer than what the rest.
So
of
if
the
we
ones
face anybody out of that group, it's going to be
It's
at
state.
Bloomington.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, don't want to count our
No, we
chickens
can't.
before the eggs hatch, or whatever that saying is, or take it one game by
Right.
at a time. But pretty confident.
Yeah,
Gotta be
we're
confident,
confident in
right,
the
Lloyd?
abilities of these girls. I mean, they're such hard workers. I love being part of this team. I feel real fortunate to be part of it. And then again, Taylor's done a great job getting them ready. So
And they don't mess around. They get out of here, don't they?
well, they are high schoolers on a Saturday.
That's true.
Yeah, can't blame them there. Get back home and snuggle up and
Right.
under that blanket. Well, Coach, thanks for coming on today. I know you got things to do as well. This season's really kind of flown by. You know, I mean, they always do. Especially when you're having a good season. When you're not, they tend to drag.
Right.
So
I've had some of those too. So.
yeah. Boy, this season's lasting forever, and you're like 1-20. But now we're on the flip side.
right.
Program's up, looking good, and credit the coaches. There's a lot of time and energy behind the scenes that people, they don't see. It goes
Right.
unnoticed. Just how dedicated you guys are to these girls, and sometimes that just gets so overlooked. But it's appreciated.
Well, we do it because we love it, and we
Right.
love these kids, and we want to see them be successful. And it's such a great time for Lincoln High School sports. We have so many successful programs right now. It's fun to be a part of this.
Yeah, and back to some normalcy. I know this past couple of years has just been brutal.
It's been nice to see crowds and get
yeah.
out here and have the kids do stuff. Yeah.
I think a lot of us forgotten how to socialize.
Yeah.
You're
right.
It's. I mean,
Yeah, half of our staff did today, actually.
yeah, we never know when they're showing up, but and you got to see it in the high schoolers too. Back in the day, we didn't have cell phones.
Right.
And now everybody's on their cell phone, and the art of socializing and communicating is gone.
Yeah.
Daily battle for parents at home. I see my kids, we're all around watching TV, and they're all like this, like everybody. So
Yeah, I'm guilty too.
Yeah.
I mean, we all are. Everything's on your phone.
Yeah.
But
That's how it is when I teach classes. It used to be you would have a break in class. Students would go out, talk about, events of the day. What are you doing this weekend? Whatever. Now, as soon as it's a break, pull out the phone.
right. Yeah.
Check your Facebook
Check
or
your
whatever.
text
So,
messages.
Yeah. So it's a different world.
it is. You can't get away with anything either. If you did,
It's all recorded.
it's
You're right.
recorded. You do something stupid, it's on the internet. It's on some
It's on the
kinda-
internet just like that.
Yeah.
We warn them all the time. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you say something stupid
Yeah.
on air, it's on there, right, Lloyd? Yeah.
You know more about that than I would.
We have to get a beat button. Can we invest one of
We
those?
could just watch what we say when the microphone is
Have a
going.
delay and someone monitor that just in case, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
unfortunately, I speak before I think sometimes.
Yeah, we all do that.
And I don't know the process. So I apologize to our YouTube listeners. If you're offended, sorry. We just,
I guess the theme is you need donuts here every morning.
well, you know,
those things wouldn't happen.
yeah. I mean, Joe's our donut guy, and he don't show up. So.
That would have helped, yeah.
Yeah, see, you would have.
I would have
mind
appreciated
having
that.
some donuts,
Right.
Yeah. So if you're listening right now, Joe,
Have the Coach's Corner sponsored by Mellow Cream and have free donuts.
yeah.
Could be a thing.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking some time. Congratulations on a successful season up to here, but you know you got a lot of work to do.
That's right. Yep.
You know the business isn't finished here at Roy S for
not.
the girls. So
Yep.
very exciting, fun team to watch, and hopefully we can watch them up until. When is state tournament in Bloomington? Is that
March.
beginning of March?
Beginning of March.
Third and
Okay.
fourth, I
Yeah.
believe, or fourth and fifth. Fourth and fifth.
Hopefully we're there, yep.
The
Not just
championship.
watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you're there, that means WLCN's there, and
That'd be exciting.
Jay and Carrie would love to broadcast a
Yes, we would love that as
girls
well.
state run. So
We got a long way to go before
long
then,
way to
but
go.
yes,
I know. I
we're all
like
excited.
looking ahead. I don't want to jinx anybody, but you know, we'll see. Well, Coach, once again, thanks, and next game Monday.
Monday night
Yeah,
at
Monday,
Effingham.
and then
Okay.
they're at home on Thursday against Taylor or
Muhammad.
Coming right
Here we
down
are.
to it.
That's
yeah.
right.
All right, Coach.
All right, thanks for having me on,
Yep.
guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Let's take another commercial break. We come back. We'll finish up here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
5, 4, 3.
There you go.
We're back
We are back.
to silence, an empty gym.
It is
It's kind of eerie,
a little bit.
but
Let's get this out of the way.
I mean, our fans left. Everybody just poured out at the last break, and now it's just us, Lloyd,
It is just us and Mr. Ash.
and Mr. Ash over there checking his Facebook or something.
I think he's buying stocks.
Oh, he's trying to log in to Mixler. He forgot the password.
It's not working?
Oh boy. So Super Bowl matchup has been revealed, and the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes, sir.
How you feel about that?
I don't really have a dog in the fight, so I guess part of me would like the Rams to win just because that's who beat Tampa Bay, so, you like the idea of losing to the champion, but the way, with the whole fiasco of the Rams leaving St. Louis, and my daughter lives in St. Louis, and my sister lived in St. Louis a number of years, and so I've got acquaintances from there that still kind of bitter at the ownership there, so on that side of the coin, I wouldn't mind Cincinnati winning, so
You just really don't care, do you?
I'll watch it for the commercials, maybe.
In the halftime show?
Halftime show, yeah, it should be an interesting
Could
one
be
this
a
year.
good one. Might be the best of all time.
You think so?
You got Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. Can you name some of their songs for me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Without Googling it?
Gin and Juice.
Oh, okay.
My name is.
What?
My name is
What?
Slim Shady.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Dre back in the day, The Chronic, probably one of the best albums ever.
Is that what you dance to?
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah, but yeah. So
With the Super Bowl match.
Super Bowl, 2 years in a row where the hosting Super Bowl team has the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I know Joe was wanting that to happen years and years ago when Arizona.
That's right.
But that never happened. We knew it would never.
But it would have if they hadn't been injured.
If they would have been injured and better.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Jake's not here to talk about baseball. Boy, are we going to have baseball this year? I know they shot down. MLB was wanting to bring in a mediator, I guess, and kind of, get through the hearings or whatever it's called. And the Players Association shot that down. So I think we're back at square one. We should be getting ready for pitchers and catchers to meet here in a week or so.
Right.
And it doesn't look like that's going to happen now. I don't know. It's not looking real good right now.
Yeah, it depends on who you listen to. The ownership says the Major League Baseball players shut it down. On Twitter, at least, the Major League Baseball Players Association released a statement that said 2 months after implementing the lockout and just 2 days after committing to players that a counter-proposal would be made, owners refused to make a counter-proposal and instead requested mediation. So everybody's got their own take on things, I guess. But you're right. It is getting to be the time when pitchers and catchers report and spring training games start. So I don't know. Will we have a shortened season? Will we have no season? No. There's a lot of
could this? I don't know how to word this. Could this be the end of baseball as we know it? You know what I'm saying? As far as when this happened back in 1990, was it 96, somewhere back there?
Right before the big home run.
Yeah, with McGuire and Sosa, and they kind of brought baseball back. Fans they're getting a little perturbed, a little irritated. These guys are making $35-40 million a year. That's about what Jim makes. And, he shows up to work every day. And it's just getting to the point where when's enough and enough's enough. Yeah. And I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just a little peon, but I would think the players are wanting to get out there because if they're not playing, they're not getting paid. Right field, they're not having anybody in the stands, and they already took a hit years,
Right.
about 2 years ago where we didn't have any fans. They had to get a little hit in the pocketbook. So there's got to be some kind of medium.
Right.
You got to meet.
Guess they've got enough money to kind of hold their ground as long as they can, but hopefully they'll come up with some sort of a compromise or some sort of a settlement, and we'll get baseball.
Well, I got to think if it doesn't happen within the next couple weeks, baseball is going to be pushed back.
Yeah.
Because you got to give, obviously you want your 62 games, or do you play 150, or 145, because you can't play until November.
Yeah.
Especially this year when the World Series is in Chicago at Wrigley, you don't want to be playing there in November.
Yeah. I don't think there were a couple of the statues I saw that were permanent fixtures outside of Wrigley Field that have now been moved to storage.
Only a few out there. Ernie Banks, Harry Carey.
Yeah, I think Ernie Banks is still in place, but Ron Santo and Billy Williams have been removed from their homes outside Wrigley.
See, you robbed Peter to pay Paul. Well, now this guy's offended.
That's right.
Where the intentions are not maybe bad intentions. It's just a process. And everybody's feelings are hurt nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, guy shows up to a radio show
and stand out in front of Mellow Cream and says, "No show Joe."
Well, you got your wish because Joe didn't show today.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so are we going to have baseball? We're going to I just carry them forward.
Okay.
I heard that
promote them. I heard that thing about November baseball in Chicago. So
yeah, that's a rumor. I think maybe 3 and about 20 seconds left. Iowa has the ball up top, and where we lost to Loyola.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so don't like that.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
All right.
He just broke his wrist.
I was a big fan
Dr.
of the
J.
NBA, and then I don't know. It just seemed to become more about just like 5 guys taking turns playing one-on-one, and that just didn't really.
I see that. Yeah.
More into the college game, I guess.
But that was
more teamwork.
Not back then. I would say after the Jordan era, you saw a lot of that.
Right.
But I'll sit down and watch a little bit of a game now if the Bulls are on. And
good for you.
It's
supporting the home state team.
Yeah, got to, don't you?
February 3rd. That's a 7:30 start here in Lincoln. Tuesday, not good. That's right.
Yeah.
Take the
Are you taking the antenna?
Yeah, we might do that just for show, if nothing else. But again, that's against Mount Zion at Mount Zion on Tuesday the 8th. Then on Thursday the 10th, the Lady Railers are at home. They'll be taking on Mahomet Seymour. That's a 7:30 start here in Lincoln. And if that's not enough basketball for you, then on Friday the 11th, the Railer boys will be at home hosting Effingham. That is a 7:30 start as well for a JV game at 6 o'clock. So lots of basketball on tap. And then there's another game on the 12th, I believe.
I feel like you're just making stuff up.
No, I think we're in East Peoria on the 12th. There was too many to list on the graphic here that's on our YouTube. That's true.
Just make it the full page.
But yeah, Saturday, February 12th will be in East Peoria. That is a 6:30 start against East Peoria on Saturday, February 12th. So if you're a basketball fan, this is your week. There's a game we'll have on the air we'll have one today, and then starting Monday, we'll have one Monday through Saturday with the exception of Wednesday. So lots of basketball.
Lots of basketball. Lots of it.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of lots of basketball, I know I didn't have the opportunity to be on the cheap seats last Friday. 900th win.
That's right.
And I don't know somebody put it in perspective. I don't know if it was one of you guys or anybody, but a coach starting to coach today would have to coach for 30 years and average 30 wins a year.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking about that.
Wow.
Yeah. Or even if they got 25 wins a year, that would be 36 years they would have to coach, and that would just get to 900.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even surpass him. So he's been doing it a while.
Been doing it a long time.
Yes, sir.
We'll see how long he goes.
Yeah. Keep him around for 1,000 maybe?
Yeah. We'll see. He's on the road to 1,000.
That he is.
He just loves the sport too much. I don't know what he would do.
I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of being on the road, we need to get on the road.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. The Illini Guys Sports Spectacular coming up next on WLCN.
Yes, good job. I know I forget to promote them. And if you want to hear sports, you want to hear Illini sports, those are the guys you want to listen to.
Talking with Deion Thomas this week, I've been told. So
wonder how they get guests.
They have an actual guest getter, maybe, and maybe they plan their shows ahead of time.
Oh well, maybe we should start doing that.
It's a process.
Yeah. All right. we're gonna make it great again.
All right.
The show. All right, that is going to do it for us today. I'd like to thank our listeners for listening, our viewers for viewing, and you'll be right back here. A few hours, and as the Railers take on the Trojans today, keep that top spot in the Apollo. Trojans right behind them. As Coach Al said before, we get a win today, we can put some space in between us. So let's get on out here to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium and cheer on them Railers. That's going to do it for us today. We'll talk to you next week.
Good day.